you know what? I completely disagree. I think if you manage your money well, you save properly, follow strategic financial advisors on how to prepare for it. But if you go into it with an attitude of, oh, I'm never going to make this happen, you're never going to make it happen. So you've got to go into it with, I'm going to save. I'm going to put money away and put it away smart. I'm not going to go to Starbucks. I'm not going to go out to eat every day. And it builds wealth. So I don't, it's, especially since COVID, now it's more difficult. But I'll tell you, I know a single woman that I helped buy a home here in Denver 2 years ago now. She
Hmm.
moved in with family. They let her save every penny. And she, by herself, as a single woman, not a high powered job, put herself in a financial position to buy her first property. And then, of course, we bought it well, we negotiated well, and she walked into it with equity.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, folks. Welcome back to the show. Today's guest is a realtor, contractor, and designer in the greater Denver metro area who's been flipping properties and involved in so many different deals. Please welcome Joan Mahan. Joan, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It's great to have you on here, Joan. We were talking before hopping onto the podcast here, and I was asking you really what kind of deals and asset classes are you active in? And you mentioned to me, if it underwrites well, if the deal makes dollars, then I'm taking a look at it. I think that's an interesting mentality to have. And was that the mentality from the beginning?
And at starting, I was terrified. And so I did really safe, low deals and actually started flipping mobile homes.
Oh,
And that
wow.
was over 6 years ago. Yeah, I think I've done 6 to 8 of them. You lose track. And so anyway, flipping mobile homes is a totally different duck,
It
but
is.
really had an extremely high ROI, extremely high, especially here
I
in.
I wish I had reached out to you or we had been in contact somehow 2 years ago. I had a great mobile home deal in really the southern part of San Antonio, Texas, where I was living at the time. And I just couldn't connect the pieces because, as you're saying, it's totally different. The banks won't lend on it. I needed to go to a land bank. I needed to find the note buyer at the end of the day. The deal was entirely different because the real value was in, as far as I could tell, was in the land, not so much the mobile home because it was so distressed. How was it navigating through that space? You mentioned you did more than a handful of deals.
Yeah. So everyone I did was actually in a mobile home park, which sounds really odd. But they were very dilapidated, got them for $10,000 to $20,000, came in, updated them. So for me, purchasing was just a cash deal. I usually purchase with cash. Going to sell them is where you have to navigate, right? You've got to
Yeah.
be able to navigate, and I have the resources and knowledge now, quick learning curve. on what lenders will lend, what parameters they're looking for, and how to make that happen.
I want to ask you a couple granular questions, maybe give away some of the gold, but not the whole gold bar here, Joan, about finding, investors and then also lenders in the mobile home park space. This is really where I got
Yeah.
stuck on my deal. I had a great deal, which we had a huge margin on, like a 20 to 30% margin on this deal. It was really going to be a great spread, even if we had to reduce it by 50%. But we just had so much trouble with the lending, and it made me kind of throw up my hands and say, well, I guess this is too much for me to bite off right now. What would be your advice to folks if you have a deal or are looking at a deal, but know in the back of your mind, hey, I've got to find a lender in this area and I don't have connections out here?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And so that's the thinking that has to shift. You're not going to find a lender in the area for mobile homes. Very few lenders will touch it with a 10-foot pole. So there's basically two lenders that work nationwide, one up in Wisconsin, one in Tennessee. You just get connected with those, send them the information. They'll tell you whether they can loan on it or not. They segue in between being really strict to loosey-goosey. And I actually had two that we couldn't even find a VIN number on the mobile home. So we had to call the highway patrol. We had to have them come out, do a VIN inspection, say, no, there isn't one, and then provide that documentation saying the trailer was so old there wasn't even one, no HUD tag on it at all.
I got to go to Wisconsin, I guess, and find a
No,
lender.
you just make a phone call. Come on. And so then you connect the buyer, because I bought with cash, you connect the buyer to the lenders. They get pre-approved. And that's, if in your situation, man, if you had raw land, you could have just trashed that trailer, gotten it
Right.
off, and just sold the land and negated the mobile home altogether.
I know. So many different things. I think about that deal quite often, but also as probably divine intervention because here I am now. And this has been an unbelievable experience for me, connected with folks like yourself, met my sponsor through EXP on this show. I want to pivot and ask you about going from the mobile home space into other asset classes. And then also I want to ask you, follow up to that. Did you ever think about buying mobile home parks?
Oh, I want to buy a mobile home park. It's on my bucket list. Absolutely. That is just a cash cow. I've looked into it. I've spent some time trying to locate one. I've talked about developing one. That's in my future because that is just money sitting there ready to happen.
That's
So
right.
pivoting. So started with that and then got connected with an off-market investor or off-market asset company and purchased a
Sure.
couple properties. Note to self, don't ever purchase a property without seeing it when it's in trouble. But so then shifted into the single family realm and then and that's I enjoy the single family realm a little more. I feel I feel a little more safe
Then the
in
mobile homes?
than in the mobile home park. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, yeah. So then I shifted to single family, but the money was in the mobile home parks.
I want to ask you about that. Most people, when they're thinking about where to start, I've heard lots of different feedback. My personal perspective right now is start with like a quadplex. triplex or a duplex. That's my personal opinion. I think folks can start in any asset class and have success. But if I had to start right now, what would I do? I would look for partners and buy a quadplex. But you mentioned the mobile home and mobile home parks are greater deals, greater cash cows than the single family homes. I'm curious why that is and what's been your experience with that.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So with the mobile home park, you go in and what I did is connected with the property manager. She knows everyone. She knows every property. She knows the quality. She knows who's in trouble. And so when they get in trouble with the fees at the mobile home park, she would just give me a heads up, say, go talk to these people. And then but they were dilapidated. And so that people, well, you wouldn't think there would be money in the mobile home park, but when you get into looking at homes inside and very old mobile home park, the mobile home park wants you to come in and fix it up. And then, and in Denver, they're crazy expensive. It's like buying a $300,000 house by the time you can take in the lot rent.
What is the responsibility of the park itself? Is it like a HOA effectively? Because if you own the mobile home and you own the land, or do they own the land? How does it work?
Mobile home parks, they own the land. So that's what's so odd about that scenario. The mobile home park owns the land. The homeowner pays lot rent. The homeowner owns the trailer because um, the property manager and the owner do not want to maintain the trailer.
Mm.
So the homeowner has to maintain the trailer, and then the property manager just assesses fees, collects them. It is an HOA. You have to live by rules. But
I want to pivot and ask you about other land involved deals that I really like looking at. I haven't done one yet, but I hope I can soon. Off-site stick-built modular homes, ADUs like glamping units, and then storage facilities. And these come in all different variety from like air-conditioned multi-story storage facilities to, no air conditioning, basically like garages laid out on a couple of acres or less, right? What is your perspective at some of these other deals, which are very land heavy? And have you taken a look at any of these?
I flipped one piece of land and did very well on it. Denver is a different duck in that we are land poor now.
Mm.
And so I have not jumped into it other than the one piece of land that I did, and it was very successful.
Pivoting a bit here, I want to ask you about going from really starting out to scaling where you are now, but also really across multiple different arenas, because the realtor world is different than the flipper world, and the flipper world can be segmented into so many different asset classes. You're active in multiple arenas. Where was the idea, hey, I'm gonna go get the real estate license, I'm gonna be active here as
Oh,
well? And then also, was this kind of a natural progression, or was it very intentional?
so in 8th grade, my sisters bought houses together next door to each other, and our family came in and fixed them up. In 8th grade, I knew this is what I wanted to do. Um, Moved forward, got married, stayed home mom 17 years, ended up with a kid that needed some extra finances available. So I got my license in 2000. I've been an agent for 25 years. And the intent was to get into the commercial realm, and I just blew it out in the residential. So that's what I ran with. But then when the market crashed, I got back into construction and doing roofing.
Hmm.
And so Somebody hired me as an admin to manage all their roofing deals. And I'm like, heck, I'm a salesperson. I can sell anything. So I started selling roofing and started my own construction company in 2014. And so then started doing roofing side exterior guru, by the way, roofing, siding, windows, decks, anything on the exterior. And we stayed away from interior because I didn't want to deal with people
Yeah.
inside. It's a different clientele. So
It's a different thing.
then
Yeah.
that's when the opportunities for these trailers presented, we just had cash. We bought them and flipped them.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I want to ask you about being a realtor. I'm a newly licensed realtor, and I think there's a lot of people who are interested in getting into the real estate space. One of the areas that I'm particularly passionate about is affordable homes, affordable housing, helping people through the process when it seems so overwhelming. It seems like for a lot of young people, you practically need a blood sample in order to qualify for a
No,
mortgage, a loan in so many cases.
yeah. You know what? I completely disagree. I think if you manage your money well, you save properly, follow strategic financial advisors on how to prepare for it. But if you go into it with an attitude of, oh, I'm never going to make this happen, you're never going to make it happen. So you've got to go into it with, I'm going to save. I'm going to put money away and put it away smart. I'm not going to go to Starbucks. I'm not going to go out to eat every day. And it builds wealth. So I don't, it's, especially since COVID, now it's more difficult. But I'll tell you, I know a single woman that I helped buy a home here in Denver 2 years ago now. She
Hmm.
moved in with family. They let her save every penny. And she, by herself, as a single woman, not a high powered job, put herself in a financial position to buy her first property. And then, of course, we bought it well, we negotiated well, and she walked into it with equity. So when you come to the table of that negative mindset of, I'm never going to do it, you're never going to do it.
It's true.
Sorry.
It's true.
Sorry, not sorry. And when you talk about affordability, um, make it, position yourself to make it happen. Nobody, we have properties in, I have opinions on this. You didn't know.
No,
Um,
yeah, no, I love to hear it.
yeah. So we have affordable housing all over Denver. So it's terrible because people come in and they're like, oh, we're buying our first house. Woohoo. Yay. Well,
Right.
they have limited growth. They have a limited growth amount that they can make every year. And they're right in a community where people are selling for 600,000-700,000 around them, and they're selling for 300,000-400,000. And they're making the same payments. And if they would have just buckled in, saved their own doggone money, they would have had that several $100,000 more. So
When you talk
affordable
about
housing,
saving up, in the Denver area, I can't speak for Denver, but I know Texas. Um, uh, in the Denver area, looking at, the homes that you're talking about, not maybe the entry level, but maybe a little bit higher than that to where it appreciates over time, maybe in a slightly better area. What kind of down payment would someone who's, super, I would say not a high income earner need in order to qualify for some of these homes if you're looking at, you know,
so in
not
this market,
entry level?
in this
Yeah.
market, nothing, because people are paying for down payments. The sellers in Denver, the sellers are giving the buyer their down payment. I had a transaction last month. The buyer asked for $15,000 down to buy the rate down, and that brought it down significantly. And the sellers were just happy to do it to be rid of the house. They needed to sell it. And that is happening day in, day out here. But if you've got 20
That's
grand,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, there's always I can't there's always more than one way to skin a cat. Sorry, not
Yeah.
sorry. But you've got to think outside of the box and get out of this status quo thinking that somebody's going to give you a hand. The government is not, it's not the government's responsibility for you to be responsible for your life and buy a house. So buck it
Yeah.
up, buck it up,
Yeah.
but
No.
stop going to Starbucks, stop going out to eat, move in with family, put in the cost and put in the time to make yourself get in a position to do what your dream is.
I hope the folks with family members are now listening to this and saying, okay, we got to have people come in. We got to help people save, all meals cooked at home,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely. This girl
no
saved
Starbucks.
one year, she saved over $40,000 and
It's amazing.
she makes $70,000 a year.
Yeah. Yeah. She probably saved, 90% of her, or very close to 80% of her take home pay, something like that, depending on how much taxes was taken out.
She committed to it. She did it. It's an inspiring story.
Yeah, I think it's great for folks, that are in that position that have family like that. I think, you mentioned the 1 year you can save up more than enough to cover your down payment plus some left over. We are coming up on time here, Joan. Where can folks go if maybe they're in the greater Denver area, they'd like to reach out to you, or if they maybe have a deal that they're looking at and would like some feedback on it?
Yeah. So if you want to flip a house here in Denver, I have a bazillion off-market opportunities. We can sit down, run the numbers, see if they're profitable or not. Many are not, and you need to run, but you need to know your numbers. So you can reach out to me on my cell phone, 303-669-7598. You can go to joanmahan.com. I'm with eXp Realty here, which is an amazing opportunity. But I'd love to help people and have conversation around flipping properties because it is a great way to make money, and love to help them. And, as a realtor, contractor, flipper, I have all the experience. If you're just needing to buy or sell a home, give me a call because I'll talk through all of the details with you. And with my construction background, I'll tell you whether it's smart purchase or not.
Joan, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
Thanks. See ya.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.